do I drink my vodka drink or do I just keep on drinking beer?
Whatever. The sky's the limit. Por qué no los dos?
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's last call. Asking the hard hitting questions. Liquor before alcohol. Beer before liquor.
Doesn't matter. Just do it.
Drink whatever you want.
Ryan's not a
Do
big
what
liquor
feels
guy.
right.
Ryan, you kind of like lean into one or the. It's mostly beer, but like you went through your gin phase where you were like heavy on the gin thing for a while, but you're mostly just a PBR Guinness guy.
Yeah, I go through phases. Yeah, so but and I haven't been on a liquor phase for a little while, and then wine. When I was bigger, I had really bad acid reflux, and that really wine is no good for that. So like it's I still associate it with that. So like it's hard for me to start drinking wine because I'm like, I'm gonna have to take some acid reflux stuff.
Sure.
You're so old, dude.
I know. Well, I was fat.
That's
well,
part of it, yeah.
Not a slim guy like such as myself is now, right?
Well, I got diagnosed with GERD, and they even did the endoscopy thing where they checked it out, and they said there's nothing wrong. They were like, "You're actually
reflux,
like
dude.
fine," and they were like, "Oh, you just need to stop eating like spicy foods." Actually, my doctor said very specifically, everything that you like to eat, you probably can't have anymore. And I was like, "That's not gonna happen, bro." So
I was like, Doc, I only want to eat broccoli and kale. I guess I've got to move to. I guess I got to go.
If I did that, it'd be with hot sauce on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Not the direction I thought this was going to go immediately. That's fine.
Talk with State of Atlanta.
Boom. One thing. So I wanted to talk about. Probably has more of an impact on us is was it the Southern Conference put out a statement about like their vision of the changes to the NCAA tournament, right? Tim, you saw that?
I did.
What did you? Do you want to talk about what you saw? What you think the whole thing is?
I mean, no, I don't like when the G6 or 5 or whatever we're called says stuff that makes what we said is going to happen anyway more real. Don't do that. Don't sell yourself short. Let them break away. Like talking about, I mean, I think you're talking about the post about like, oh, we should do our own playoff. We should do this.
No, I was talking about the basketball side of things. We can talk whichever one you want to talk about, but I was bringing up the basketball side of things, where they're talking about they want to add like 24 teams or however many more teams to as more play-in games, and the Southern
shove us in there, right?
Right. Well, the Southern Conference is talking about how that would be the automatic qualifiers. Like it wouldn't be that your conference champions all make the 64 teams. It would be
make the other thing.
They said rank it literally by net, and like I get the argument of ranking everybody by net, but you're literally adding more teams just to have more games. And don't you think that there'd be better games if you still kept your conference champions, your automatic qualifiers up in the top 64, and then you had some like good or highly ranked teams that make it now? Actually, highly ranked. They're not going to be highly ranked. They're going to be ranked out of the top 40 or 50, right? That down there at some more competitive games that kind of bubble up. I don't know. It just seems weird.
It does seem weird, I guess. So yes, we're talking about the tweets or the article. I've read an article about it. Basically, just, I mean, all it's going to do is let more P4 teams in, push the G5, 6, or mid majors down. Not all of them. Some of them will stay up there. I guess their argument is it increases access, like more teams will make it. Therefore, more their teams could make it theoretically, but probably won't.
Well, so what I think about it is like there's the money, the TV money distributed as it stands right now. You know, if you win a round one game, you get point whatever shares of the TV money, and you win a round two game, you get whatever else that share of the money is. If they're going to do this, they're trying to keep the smaller programs from getting a larger share of the money. So if you get 0.4 share of a round one win now, you're probably going to get 0.01 share of this new thing, whatever it is. And I remember when we were blessed or fortunate enough that when we made the basketball tournament, we were always, what is it, a 13 to a 15 seed or something like that, right? I think maybe it was a 16 seed. No, not 16. We were like a 13 to 15 seed. And but like when App State won the conference tournament and they made it, they had a play-in game, and
they were the lowest seed.
Mm-hmm.
I have no affinity towards App State, and that podcast guys over there can kind of whatever. And that being said, that was unfair. I think conference champions should always be in the round of 64.
I mean,
that's correct.
I know, but the NCAA doesn't see that first four as like playing. They don't. They consider it.
Well, I think David has conceded too, because he didn't. I think you started saying a play-in, but by the end of that statement, you changed it and said the field is 64.
Skip it. You get to skip.
You changed that. You changed that. Yeah. Which is good.
They've got to play in to the field of 64. It's a playing game.
No, but they're in the tournament.
I know, but
they just have to play another game.
They're just going to argue that when they expand this to 76 teams, the first four is the first round.
A tournament where everybody goes is not a. It's so stupid.
Well, there's so many teams.
Tournament to get into the tournament, but you're part of the tournament.
You're still talking about only like 20% of the team. I think, and like 20% making it in could be a lot when you have 300 something teams, but it's also not very many when you have 32.
I might join your side and say the field of 64 or whatever is the that's the tournament. Whatever you are before that, you didn't make it yet.
So then what are the 12 Wait, what are the 12 teams that will play in this pre-tournament to get into the tournament?
It's going to be your Sun Belt champions, your MAC champions.
So we just eliminate each other.
Your Summit Valley champions. I don't I don't even know what those other
16 seeds.
I've got no idea what those even conferences are. Like, it's going to be, unless you've got a solid team, like a really, we're on last clock and say a really fucking solid team. You're not gonna. It's just another way. It's another squeeze on the pimple that is G6 to keep us out of anything, or the non. Can you call it non-revenue programs now? Like there's there's revenue sports and non-revenue sports. Should we start calling it non-revenue programs? Because like when you're talking about like what did we hear that our NIL like last year was like $120,000 across like everybody for basketball, and UNC is $20 million this coming year is what their NIL budget is for their basketball team.
Nuts. It's nuts.
Must be nice.
So I'm curious though, with the expansion that we were talking about. I mean, okay, fine. You had the 12 teams. It's going to be all mid majors, mostly.
Low majors.
Maybe low majors. Where are they going to slot if you win these games?
Yeah.
Where are you getting slotted in the tournament? You have to know that before it has to be set before we get there. Yeah,
I don't know how they build that bracket out. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Does every, I don't know. I have no idea how that bracket even looks.
It's confusing how they build it today with the first four. Like, why are they doing this again? Why are
because it's like
teams fighting to get the 11 12 seed?
It's so irrelevant. The first four are so irrelevant that when you do your bracket for NCAA Madness on CBS or Yahoo or whoever you do it through, they don't even care what team it is. It'll be like, Jack State / Iowa City. It's like,
right, and you just pick that, and they're like, cool. It's a gimme.
Yeah. They don't even care which team it is. They don't care which team wins. That's how irrelevant it is. So basically, you're going to be adding another 20 teams or whatever the number is of just complete irrelevance. Would you have a bracket of just those things? A separate bracket that's just the who gives a fucking shit?
At some point, they'd have to.
You got to funny.
If that bracket got large enough, they would have to. Because right now it's just like one game per region, right, or something like
Right.
that. 2 games per region. They can get away with ignoring it. But if it's
Looks like you
like
said
a whole
region.
nother round, then they're gonna have to add. They're gonna have to hire the programmers to add the bracket.
Yeah,
Or see if AI
I
can do it.
I can only see this being of no positive effect for Georgia State. I think that if this goes into play, being in the Sun Belt Conference, getting out of that first sub round is just going to be nearly impossible.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
Wait, what's the first round?
You can get out. So you get out of it, but it's like you play a game and then you wait. You play like a 7:00 game, then you wake up at 9 a.m. and you get to play. You get to fly somewhere else to play another game.
Yeah,
I don't know what the timing is. I'm making that shit up.
Well, at some point, like you say, I have to win X number of games. X becomes large enough that you're not going to do it. Like it's just, like it's not really going to happen because like most teams don't win that many games in a row. Period.
And also, like how much more money is being generated by adding these additional games, and is that additional money gonna go to these teams or be sprinkled out across the whole thing? So all the big programs are still getting even more money.
I think it'll be sprinkled out across all the teams for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I will say that the playing games or the first 4 or the first round of the tournament, whatever they're going to call it, the first 12, there could be some really good games to watch in it.
It could be good basketball. I don't disagree with that.
The teams are so frantic because even though the tournament's an elimination game in itself, this is like the elimination game to get into the elimination game, right? Like the teams that play in these sometimes is just the most tense, frantic basketball you've ever seen. Whereas then you get into the first round and some of the games are like duds.
It needs to be like the Pop-Tart Bowl of college basketball tournaments, or like the ESPN 8 the Ocho version of everything, where they just like have a fucking party with the whole thing the entire time, and they're just like, it's like what is that thing called in Atlantic Station, the basketball thing they have over there, like the Club Entertainment
on 3 or something, or
no, that's yeah,
not that,
like
but
yeah,
but
it needs to be like just
with like lights and
like the Magic City version of college basketball. Like they just need to do a whole different thing and make that worth it. Now I'm convincing myself I'm in on this if they do my ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading.
There was
an article done by SI, and they said that there would basically be 6 automatic qualifier play-ins that would occur, and then there would be 6 at-large play-ins that would occur. So, I mean, the Sun Belt, a lot of years would probably be in this first 12.
Could you do something where you have teams and they play in these games, and then you take the best players from all the teams and put them on one like power team? Yeah, exactly. And so like, all right, so we take these teams being added, and we take the best players for all of them, and we make that team that gets to go into the NCAA group of 64 and try to like dominate everybody. And you pick the coach too, like, all right, this coach was better than other coaches. We're gonna grab him as well. Our Olympic team.
So meta.
I love this. This is a great idea.
We got the lights and the music playing games.
The dancers,
the super team, and And
David, you should put it together, man.
Yeah,
I'll work on that. I'll get started first thing in the morning. I just gonna need one of you guys to remind me because I forget what we talk about.
True story. I did see a post by Grant. We landed a commit for basketball. UAB transfer, former Coastal Carolina. Ooh, I don't want him anymore. Guard Jacob Meyer. He averaged 12.4 points per game and 3.8 rebounds per game this season. That's not terrible. He played at DePaul before that.
Where did he play before that? So
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
He was a freshman at Coastal. Then he went to DePaul.
Is his name TJ Finley?
And now he's at Georgia. This is his 4th school. Holy crap.
Jesus Christ.
This portal shit is nuts, y'all. Like, I mean, a lot of student athletes weren't getting an education before now, but there's no way they're getting an education when they transfer.
Well, I know he
every
went to
freaking year.
Coastal Carolina and UAB. What kind of education was he going to get?
That's true. Good point.
DePaul.
weren't.
I'm not going to
They
hate on
weren't.
DePaul. Actually, UAB is actually. I think they're a pretty good school. Coastal. I mean,
They might be
have
a
you
good
ever-
school. You might go to the best. You might go to the best school in the nation, but if you go as a football
man.
player, you're probably not getting the same education as everybody else.
At Coastal, he averaged 15.7, so that could give you an idea of kind of what he'll do when he's here.
against Sunbelt play.
Sunbelt competition, yeah. I like it. I like the moves that our new head coach.
So now
is making.
is that our third or fourth player that's transferred? And I think we almost have a team. I think.
We just had a player leave too, right?
Yeah, I think that I think the entrance to the portal. How does that work? Like, you can only enter the portal for so long, but they can pull you out at any time.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So this was the last day you could enter the portal.
And then you can jump out whenever you feel like it, right?
Why is there even a portal? Like, just follow academic calendars. Like, what does it take to be in school and not be in school?
They have to make a bunch of rules around everything so they can control it. You know.
All right. Speaking of rules, Ryan, as much I know how much you love when the government gets involved with other things.
Lord.
The next topic is college football playoff, and the government is now looking at it, and they're putting their 2 cents in, or I don't know. It's
Both
government,
sides, probably.
yeah.
It's more than that. They're
Way more
printing
than
more
that.
than that to put their money in the.
They're putting our taxpayer trillions of dollars into it, and yeah, they're wanting to expand. There are suggestions. Their heavily recommended things are 24 teams, and they're talking about a G6 only playoff as well.
Ooh.
There's suggestions as well as yeah. There's that federal funding. Let's revisit that. What do you think of our ideas while we think about the federal funding that's coming your way?
I mean, you agree with getting rid of all federal funding, though, right?
That's why. That is the reason. I think we should pay for education, but I think that when it's used for things like that that's bullshit.
No one. I don't think anybody that has an active brain cell in their head, which means nobody at Trash Down South, actually wants a G6 playoff. If you want to have a college football variation of the NIT, okay, I'm fine with that. So if you want to have 24 teams that go into the college football playoff, and you take the top 24 ranked teams or whatever subjective ranking you have into that, and then you want to take the next 24 teams or next 12 teams or
whatever, man. Sounds great.
Whatever the number
I'll probably watch
is. Yeah, 100% I'd watch it. I watch if I wake up every single day that I'm not working and I look to see what sport is on just to have as background on my TV. And on a Saturday and Sunday, I expect that to be football.
I mean, so a G6 playoff is we're FCS. We're FCS at that point, because that's what happened at the FCS level. Is they were like, you guys are going to do your bowls and we're going to do our championships, and that's the differentiator, because like y'all have money and we don't have money. And now it's like they have money and we don't have money, and we're going to get this extra championship.
And I don't want us to go there until they split off.
Yeah, let them do it. Let them be the bad guys
early. They'll be like, "Oh, well, you have your own playoff. You don't need to be in ours. Go away. Let them split." Then,
if it's government mandated, we can still, play the victim on that. We didn't want this. What are you talking about? We want to compete with you guys. We want to compete with the best.
We could sue them, right?
You know what the G6 playoff is? The existing bowl games. It's the existing bowl games.
Yeah.
That's the G6 playoff. That's where we're relegated to. That's where we're going to see, everybody playing, and you rank them according after everything else. But then sometimes you'll get a I don't know,
lower P.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a G program that I have respect for, and I'm really struggling. You get a USF over an Ole Miss. Cool, that's awesome. Great, right? I don't have respect for USF. I don't even know if they're the Bulls.
Bulls.
I think they're
Yeah.
Bulls.
Bulls.
They
Not
have that
Bulls.
cool like little
Bears.
that little
The
U
U
logo.
with the horns,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always find it weird when they use a logo.
South Florida is famous for its bulls.
Bullshit. I think
It's not those kind of bull. It's not those kind of bulls though. It's a different kind of bull.
I think it's funny when teams use their logos and they use a letter or something that actually has nothing to do with their identity. Like, Miami using the U. Miami not anywhere in that whole like little U thing. And USF, I guess maybe you can kind of make an S or an F out of the horns. I don't know.
Talking
It's
about
weird.
mascots and stuff, just Alabama and Auburn, all the weird things they have associated to them.
Well, Alabama's not as bad as Auburn. Is what the Plainsmen, the War Eagle, and the Tigers, right? They're three
don't forget
different.
The War Damn
Yeah.
Tigers.
That's the
Right.
most important one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So David, you're saying just take the bowl schedule, throw it in the garbage, make a playoff for non-college football playoff teams.
No,
you don't want to do that.
What I'm saying is the bowls are already the G6 playoff. It's just a one game everybody plays, and it's like
I don't
old
like
school
I don't
where
like bowls. To me, they don't make sense. There's not a reason to play them. There's not a reason to win them.
I think bowls
I don't
made
like the tie-ins. I don't.
I think the bowls made a lot more sense when you had more conferences and fewer bowls, and you got a chance to play a team that you like would, when you had, Georgia playing Southern California, that wasn't a game that happened very often, It just was a rare occurrence. That was cool, but now we have a bajillion bowls. We have conferences that have a bajillion teams in them, and now trying to even find. Well, you had Appy State and Trash Down South playing in a bowl game together this season because
ridiculous.
They had a bowl game, but not enough teams, and they had to pick not just teams in the same conference, but teams that are bitter ass rivals.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
Yeah, they are wringing blood from the stone. Is that what you do? Is that what you don't do? Is that what you struggle to do? Wringing blood from a stone? Something like that. But there's nothing left. There's nothing left there. Guys, you got to reduce the number of these things because that's stupid. That's
dumb. They added a Puerto Rico bowl this year.
Yeah. Cool.
Puerto Rico's going to have a bowl this year. It's the first.
So we're in, baby. Nice.
Trump's going to allow that?
They can't keep us out anymore.
I don't know if anybody's told him yet, Tim. So
yeah, don't tell him.
As soon as a podcaster
can't have those foreign bowls. We already have the Hawaiian one, man. Come on.
As soon as a podcaster tells him what's going on and gives him an opinion to have, that's the opinion that he'll have. So I'll reach out. I'll reach out and be like, President Trump, this Puerto Rico Bowl only makes sense if Georgia State's in it, regardless of record. And I get a full suite at the game and a 5-star resort stay the entire time.
America.
Okay. I hear Puerto Rico's pretty nice. I know some people.
I would like to go to Puerto Rico before it's all said and done.
No plus ones.
Me, not Puerto Rico.
No plus ones.
Okay. Deal.
And it'll be on Christmas Day.
Is it?
Deal.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just going. I'm just
David's planning the whole thing.
You better make this bowl happen, David.
I'm going to include it in my text to Trump. I have to let him know every detail about this whole thing.
Don't text him. You got to tweet at him. Otherwise, he won't see it.
No, you have to Truth Social him.
I don't know what that means. I just know I get pictures of it on Twitter.
Wow. Yeah, the Poinsettia Bowl
game is going to
make its comeback in Puerto Rico. Rico. Poinsettia Bowl.
That was in Alabama, wasn't it?
Yeah, nothing says poinsettia like Puerto Rico.
Well, I mean, at least they're doing something. Although we can't get to it apparently, unless we join the Pac-12 and
Let's do it.
West.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Honestly, dude, at this point, fucking put us in the Pac-12. I don't care.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Moving on up
I
to
would.
the west side. We can
Did
all
you
learn
see
how to
the
crip
fla-
walk.
Did you see?
Did you guys see the flame war I got into with some people, some Conference USA people on Twitter or X, whatever?
So
Or are they sad that their conference sucks?
So funny you should say that. I got into it too, and I felt bad, so I deleted everything. I
Oh, pussy.
totally got into like almost verbatim shit you were saying. I'm like, and I felt bad. I'm like, well, fuck that conference again anyway.
There. The thing is, the funny thing to me about it is I've got no pride in the Sun Belt Conference. I just think that Conference USA sucks even
So
more.
bad.
And so I started getting into these like little Twitter responses and shit. And I've really been on a shit thing tonight. And these teams, like these Jack State teams and Liberty teams and whoever, are like ripping on me. And I'm like, you guys don't understand that I don't give a fuck about the Sun Belt Conference. I'm just making fun of yours. They're making fun of our record. They posted Winzipedia's like little thing like
God, I saw
of
that.
us, and I'm like, dude, we are a podcast that covers your team. Do you think we're not aware of how bad we are? Listen to us for one segment, 1 minute of a segment, and we'll tell you how bad we are. Like, thanks, bro. Had no idea how bad we sucked. The Jack State guy was like, oh my God, you give a 30. What's your record against Jack State? And I was like, oh, you mean when we put punter turned quarterback on the bench and put quarterback in to quick kick a game? Oh, yeah. Let us know how that turned out. That's fucking fantastic. Thanks, buddy. There you go.
It was some dumb post though. I don't even remember what it was. Like it was the map and who were they gonna add or whatever. And I said,
They posted the map of the Conference USA, and they said, "How is this changing?" And so I was spicy that night. So I was like,
too.
What are you guys going to call people up from the FCS? Or are you just going to lose more teams to Sunbelt? Which one's it going to be? And they just started riffing on shit. I had fun with it.
I did, and then I decided.
I didn't see any of your posts, Tim.
You must have got into it the next day or something. I don't know.
But
I
for
got
real,
into
I mean,
it.
that's telling when the Sun Belt's poaching CUSA teams. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, that's not like we would talk shit about it. We would be like, man, that's depressing for us. That's how we would take that, you know?
I loved it. They were like, I made a comment like, like where are your teams going? And some guy commented like, oh, well, 6 of them went there, and then 3 of them went there, and whatever. And somebody else randomly just jumps in. He's like, so 11 teams have left your conference, and you think you're good?
Yeah, you're in good shape, guys. Keep up the good work.
They're talking about how
taking screenshots. It was good shit.
they're talking about how much more money the Conference USA teams are making right now than Sunbelt teams, and I'm like,
It's not that much.
it's exit fees. It's purely exit fees. As soon as
Just wait.
as soon as teams stop leaving Conference USA, it's gonna dry up, and they're not gonna have anything.
Well, and as soon as you revisit that TV contract that is renews every X number of years, like we're gonna pick up what you had because we picked up your teams. Wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot, guys.
No.
But you're not gonna have it, and we're gonna have it.
Also, our distribution may go down because we picked up your teams, but yours just didn't go down because you lost more of your teams. I mean, honestly, as much as I hate to say it, Kennesaw State may be the best thing Conference USA has going for them right now. Only because
I still think they're a flash in the pan. I don't think they can maintain what they're doing.
I don't disagree. They do seem to have an administration that is like supporting it, but I don't know how long that lasts. How long does that energy last? I don't know, but the difference is they are, they're suburban Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, whatever. They get some stuff. They're small. They kind of fit into that whole like college landscape, but they've got money. Like it's people up there. Their houses are worth money, and they've got nothing better to do because 75 sucks to get back into the city. It took me 2 hours to get from fucking Woodstock to Atlanta.
It is bad.
Yesterday, and I honestly look at who's in the Conference USA outside of Liberty, who just has God's money, literally.
Boo.
Who has more to offer? Who's even in there? Middle Tennessee. So you're outside of Nashville. You're in an area that you live off of people who listen to country music and drink excessive amounts of whiskey. Maybe I should have gone there.
I think their basketball program has a history of some success, right?
They used to. Well, Western Kentucky
History.
but these are also
history.
These are also two. Them in Western Kentucky are two teams that were looking to get the fuck out of Conference USA as soon as they possibly could. Who's left
to come back to the Sun Belt? It sounded like they wanted to be in the Sun Belt.
When we joined the Sun Belt and a bunch of teams departed to Conference USA, who is left in Conference USA today from that? It's Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee who left Sun Belt to go. One of the F-Blank schools, or both F-Blank schools.
FAU maybe?
One of those or both of those are in?
FAU and FIU, I think both of them.
All right. UTEP's leaving. Latex coming here. We already got Marshall, Old Dominion, and Southern Miss.
FIU, not FAU, just FIU.
If this Sun Belt and the MAC and Mountain West wanted to just dismantle the Conference USA back when things were going on, it would have been easy. And then we would never have Kennesaw State FBS. We'd never have Jax State FBS. We would have Sam Houston FBS.
Delaware.
We would have Delaware, Missouri State FBS.
I forgot Delaware. That's crazy.
I do think this was their first year, right?
I remember playing them back when we were CAA.
Delaware?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're the Blue Hens.
Blue Hens, baby.
Yeah.
Townsend Tigers, weird. Blue Hens.
Ryan, I'm not sure if you saw this.
What do you see?
Nice. I'm going to Puerto Rico, guys. I got the thumbs up from the wifo.
Listening.
I don't know why she's a wifo right now and not a wifey. I'm not sure. I think it's because I didn't sleep last night, like at all.
A wife eat?
Are you tired?
Wifey? Like a wifey.
Well, a wifey.
A wifey? I've never heard wifo, but I just said it.
Wifalada?
I'm trying to think, okay?
She's a lifer? She's a wifer?
I think we've entered delirium mode. 35 minutes.
We are riding it till the wheels fall off, and the wheels are in fact falling off.
We wobble. All right, thanks everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.